Hey everyone, welcome back to Firewatch. I have Cletus and Swordfish with me. And today
Hello.
Hello.
we're going to continue our adventure in the forest.
The mysterious forest. Fuck.
Yep, pretty much that.
Alright.
I will say today's video, we don't actually do any real story stuff. Just some exploring and some of the, I guess, side stuff. Sort of.
Hey,
You'll
Henry?
see.
Yeah.
You barely patched that window.
What do you look
Well, we're
like?
not done yet. We're working on it.
Why are you asking?
Because I'm horribly superficial. This isn't that hard.
I could be Tom Cruise's good-looking twin brother.
Oh, that's too bad. I read in People he's like 5 foot nothing.
Yeah, well, you can't win them all.
Okay, well, that gives me a good start. Now let's see. In my scope, I can only tell.
Yeah.
a
It
white
starts
guy
off with kind of a
wearing
weird
shorts.
conversation.
It's hot.
I like it.
Maybe, by the way, I'm not white.
Yeah,
It's not
it gives
very,
you a lot of
uh,
freedom to say
you know,
some
PC
ridiculous stuff,
or
which I do,
whatever
of
they
course.
say.
Oh my god, you are the whitest man. Wow. I don't need a spotting scope for that. And if not shorts, then what do you normally like to wear?
Tuxedos, big time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tuxedos as often as possible.
Oh, really?
You bet.
How cosmopolitan. I didn't realize Boulder was so chic.
It is the peak of high society.
Good to know, dear, yes. Now tell me about your face. I'm looking at you across the bar. What do I see?
So at this point, keep in mind, they've only been talking to each other for a few days now. You know?
Well, I have a thin
Mhm.
mustache.
Yeah.
Real thin mustache. I got
She's,
a long
she's
scar.
thirsty.
It goes down across my eye and down my cheek.
Those Firewatch thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a freaking Bond villain?
I get up to some stuff, yeah.
I don't think you're taking this very seriously. I want to know about your eyes.
Get out of here.
I'm drawing you. I need to know.
You're what?
Is that okay? Don't don't answer. I'm gonna do it regardless.
Fine.
Your eyes. Tell me.
If somebody
They're
else,
steel.
like if I saw you guys
Hard
fixing a
steel.
window and you took one board at a time,
Like,
Yeah.
every time you walked up like 3 stories,
Yeah.
Sure.
I'd probably smack you across the head.
And we would deserve it, yeah.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Also, hammering them without nails into a board,
Oh, and
it
then
just doesn't work.
Alright,
It's-
well,
it seems to work
What should I do
okay.
now? What's next?
What's next? What do you think is next?
Well, you've been the one giving me tasks for 2 days straight.
What's next is you sit in that room until September 1st and call me at the first sign of smoke.
Oh.
oh, you're right, it's always messed up.
Why don't you let me know when you're mentally
Mhm.
prepared for that task, and I'll give it to you.
Okay, I think I am ready to tackle my long-term commitment of keeping this national forest safe from total destruction.
I am glad to hear you've really thought this through.
You know, I'm gonna hike around for a while before I really put my nose to the grindstone.
Yeah, so this is sort of a
Yeah, you
point
do
of
that.
no return here. That's actually sort of supposed to be the end of the day. All we do is fix the window. But you can sort of put it off so you can go wander around and explore, which is what we're going to do.
Damn right.
What's the TLDR on that one? Oh, he has some thoughts about Julia's parents, about how he didn't know them that well, and maybe that's why they don't like him or something.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the interesting things you can pick up and find around the game are books, and you actually have a bookshelf there. So other than, or different from some other objects, books you can actually place on the shelf.
You just don't wing them at the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. You don't throw them wherever. They actually have a proper place in the tower, on the bookshelf there.
So you have a legit pencil sharpener there.
Yeah.
like in the classroom.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
haven't seen one of those in like years.
Like since you left high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also these, a subset of books by Richard Sturgeon. There's a whole series of detective novels
With punny titles?
with punny titles and ridiculous over-the-top descriptions. We'll get a little more into that later, I guess. Now, one thing that you may never discover if you're playing this game because it's a little weird, you can open the drawers of the desk. There's nothing particularly in there except another one of these detective novels. Neil Black is a lot of things, but a fall guy isn't one of them.
We'll see about
Yes.
that.
Yeah, so we'll throw that on the shelf.
Are these real books IRL?
No, they're based on. I know there's a series of books that my mom loves by Janet Ivanovich.
Ivanovich? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go, with all the titles. Also,
Oh.
what is this?
It's a
Roll it.
dodecahedron.
It's a 20-sided dice.
Oh, roll it. Roll it, roll it.
Yeah, this
Roll
is here's an unfortunate thing. The physics is kind of weird. It will never stop. It just kind of continues rolling, so you can never actually get a roll from the dice.
What if
It
you
sounds
throw it
like
on
it.
like the table?
It'll roll off.
In the
It's a
drawer?
cursed.
Yep.
Throw it in your mug.
Nope, I'm going to stick it in the drawer so we can't lose it. Otherwise, it's very easy to lose.
Throw it in the drawer, and like when it rolls into the side and stops, that will be what your roll is.
Anyway, there's also this that we find under the desk.
Oh, this is
It's a
a
D&D campaign.
It is. And,
Our friend made a really good campaign.
yeah.
I like it.
Hey, there's a map
Reminds
in
me
my
of that.
tower that I'm pretty sure is not USGS regulation, unless I've unknowingly been assigned to work in 2 orcs, and the lake to the east is made of acid.
That sounds erroneous.
Looks like the previous resident
love
was
that.
into fantasy. Assume it was Brian Goodwin. Kid must have really liked wizards. Yeah, it looks like he was big into wizards.
This map is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that fantasy map from before looks like it was made by Brian Goodwin. The handwriting matches everything in that folder I found.
Yeah, that's another line that doesn't fit where it's placed.
You haven't found the folder yet?
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, it's a weird one. So, you may have noticed that this is the map of our area, but sort of stylized. Even the cash boxes are treasure chests, and the goblin cave is the cave we hike through. It's actually pretty cool.
There's climb checks. I like that.
Yeah, the climb checks thing is funny.
Roll a d20.
So the first time I looked at this, there's one thing I didn't quite get, which is the witch's house here in the top right. At first I thought it was Delilah's tower, which, you know, is a little bit mean towards Delilah, but anyway. But it's not actually her house, because it's south of Beartooth Point. So, I wonder what that is.
So we're gonna go find out.
We are.
Let's go.
And the map actually has a proper place back there. I think many items actually have, like,
Dude,
a
this
proper
is not-
place.
This is not a good thing for a tortoise.
Why not?
Just like a cardboard box, he'll chew out of it. There's no food.
Mm.
He's just trapped.
He needs outdoor fresh air.
Yeah.
It's like keeping a dog in an apartment. Just terrible.
Yeah.
It reminds me of I'm a big fan of Sherlock Holmes media.
Yeah, he's got a big boner for it.
I do. The TV show, the American TV show Elementary.
Was there not a person standing back there on the path?
I
No,
thought I saw something.
there's not a person. But in that TV show, Sherlock Holmes ends up with a pet tortoise named Clyde. And the little tortoise pops up every now and again.
You know, I don't
It's
think
very
there's any
funny.
fictional character I hate more than Forrest Burns.
Henry, as an employee of the Forest Service, that is treason.
Yeah, well, he really freaked me out as a kid.
He inspired me to spend the bulk of my 30s keeping the wilderness safe.
A shrink would have a field day with you.
Thanks, Mom.
Screw this guy. I keep getting it. Yeah. It's wood. It's natural. I'm just bringing him home. In this video, you're going to notice I get distracted a lot. The radio symbol that indicates that I can say something pops up everywhere. And the only option is the one that actually pushes the story forward, so I keep avoiding it. But I'm going to keep checking, so I'm going to pull up the radio a lot and not actually say anything. And that's why.
Makes sense.
Okay, now there's
The witch's hut.
The witch's hut. Now there is actually one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Delilah. There's something sort of specific about Delilah that I noticed, and I'm curious if you guys do too. Like about, I guess, her personality. Like, what do you think about her? What strikes you about Delilah?
She's been here for quite a while.
Yeah.
She sounds like type of girl who would play World of Warcraft all day.
Okay. That's.
I don't know.
And maybe-
Like, she seems like the opposite of that, just because she's living in a national park.
No, but like there was no internet back then.
She seems cool, is what you're trying to say?
Nerdy?
I think she's a little bit chubby.
Okay. Well.
Just a little bit. I know that she hikes all day, but like.
Well, she doesn't. She sits in her tower and watches for fires.
Right, but she talks about hikes and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, she must be a little bit outdoorsy, but anyway,
I think she's more just like made a choice and doesn't want to go back on it.
Fair enough. I mean that's obviously a tough question to answer. It was pretty open ended. So here's the thing about Delilah that strikes me, and you guys can then say if you sort of agree. She's basically perfect for Henry, and in fact has a lot of the same characteristics that we're led to believe his wife has.
Sassy.
Like the sassy sense of humor, drinking a fair bit, and then at the start of this episode she's drawing him, which was like one of the things we learned in the first video that his wife did, like drew him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of the things that strikes me is that you go into this forest and there's one person you're in contact with, and it's like, you know, perfect person for him.
Mm-hmm.
It always just kind of strikes me as strange.
Yeah.
Fate.
I
Yeah.
found an old notepad of, I guess
It's just a little bit too
someone
dead
was
on,
writing a song
I feel
called
like.
Old Shoshone.
Yeah, a little
Shoshone,
coincidental.
the sky is
Yeah.
blue and the teens are nude.
It's, yeah, it's just like that, except about 10 times more depressing.
See, this is... I know there is
There's
dialogue
that.
about the outhouse, but I think only if you come to it at the certain time. We could have gone to these places when we were tracking the broken telephone line. This is right along the way. And there is dialogue for this stuff then. But I guess right now there isn't. It's a little weird. This is the thing I was talking about. 0451 is this sort of gaming Easter egg that's been going around and has been for a while. I believe System Shock is the first game that did it. The whatever company it was that made System Shock.
What is it?
What's what?
5-1?
Oh, 0451. So the
Here's
thing
the
was,
code.
yeah, the first code, like the first door code in those games was always 451 as a reference to
0451.
as a reference to Fahrenheit 451. And so a bunch of different companies now throw it into their game at some point. Some door code will be 0451.
Dude, this looks like Skyrim right here.
Sounds like it.
Right, so
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the witch's hut. This old, burned out, well, Firewatch tower. Although
They
it's
failed.
It's not really a tower, it's just built into the side of a cliff. Also, I have a cool idea for a picture.
Make him fly.
We're not allowed to jump
It's a
off.
Game of Thrones reference. Or,
Oh,
yeah.
alright.
They had cells that only had 3 walls and were open to the cliff. So they would put people
Oh.
there till they went crazy and jumped.
They
A
have
slight incline towards the...
they have those in Far Cry 4.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a thing in some cultures.
So I'm guessing that the ranger who lived here was a smoker and burned his place down.
I think that's the implication, yeah.
What with all the frickin' cigarettes all over the place?
Yeah, no other apparent damage, like,
Jesus. What the fuck?
Goddamn raccoon. None of the forest nearby is burned down, so it seems like the fire was kind of contained, I
I
guess.
think I might have just gotten rabies.
Go on.
I'm sniffing around an old lookout, and I got attacked by a raccoon.
Did he bite you?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're probably fine. Wait, is the lookout you're in burned to a crisp and filled with raccoons?
Apparently.
Ooh, Hawk's Rest.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're doing.
What do you mean? I just like to stay out of haunted places myself.
Hawk's Rest. It changed, like, right as she said it, too.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat that way.
Yeah, there's like I was saying in one of the first videos where you find the antler in the supply box, it says horn until she tells you they're actually called antlers, and then it changes to antler.
Yeah.
It's
That's
neat.
cute.
But that's the witch's hut. Yeah. Just a cool little place you can explore and find raccoons. Although if you go there at the wrong time, the raccoon isn't there, so when you open up the stove, it just opens up to nothing. Which is significantly less interesting.
Probably would have scared me a lot less.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, you're pretty easily scared.
Oh, I got it. An empty stove.
An empty stove, oh my god.
Have you seen that episode of Supernatural yet,
Yeah.
Cletus? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, haunting sickness.
Yeah. Where the
Yeah,
one
that
guy
was really funny.
becomes afraid of everything.
The cat, oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's so good. Supernatural. Anyway, this is a cache box we missed when we were tracking down the telephone lines. We could have come up here again. More pine cones. I'm not 100% sure if there's ever a reason to come this direction. Like if the story makes you come this way. I don't remember the end of the game very well, or like specifics anyway. One question I had about these notes passed between the two rangers, like, if they're still stuck in the supply boxes, does that mean the guy never got them? Because presumably if you received the note, you'd take it with you.
Yeah.
So I don't
Maybe
know.
this is their last correspondence.
Could be.
There's mystery to this game.
There
But
is.
It's just, like, enough to keep me, like, completely engrossed, but, like, I need to know. What? Oh.
Ah. So this is one of the other things that cache boxes will have in them is books.
More Richard Sturgeon.
Neil Black is determined to make the killer say "G'day" to justice. I love it. I don't remember how many of them there are. So here's sort of the thing. You were talking about the boards, how you have to carry them one at a time.
Yeah.
This game is kind of limited in that you can only carry one item at a time, and it has to be carried. So if you want to collect these books and bring them back to your tower, you have to carry them one at a time, all the way
my
back
God.
to your tower.
Thank you for fast forwarding.
Oh, yeah. So I'm not collecting all of them because just no way. But it is a thing. It is a thing you can do. You can go and find all these books and bring them back and put them on your shelf.
I want that full collection.
No, there's no achievement. Anyway, yeah, I think that's all the exploring we're gonna do for this video. I think we're gonna move on.
What is going on with Slender Man?
I told you, he doesn't come out during the day. And yet again, all these things that were fine when we left or out of place when we get back.
That would be enough to make someone crazy, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Like if someone came into my bedroom and just shifted everything a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But that's what I was talking about, how the game sort of cuts to different days. It's very sudden.
Hello, Henry. Having a nice afternoon?
It's pretty wild.
I might never leave.
Well, I called with some bad news. 2 young women, Chelsea Stevens and Lily McLean, were reported missing. They've got parents out in California who haven't heard from them in a week. They were supposed to meet an aunt down in Cody. If they're the girls from last week, then you're probably the last person to have seen them.
I guess Slender Man's looking a little bit more likely.
Whoever that I'm happy to be questioned.
Look, it's not gonna be an issue. I mean, if they turn up dead, then maybe. Should I just not say anything and save us the trouble? I'm gonna take your silence as maybe we just don't say anything. Alright, Henry, thanks. Enjoy the sunset.
You got like all their cans and fireworks.
Yeah. And the handwritten note from them.
And that bottle of whiskey.
Henry, wake up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Get out
She
of
just
bed
wants
and
to
pick
talk
up
in the middle of the
radio.
night.
This can't be good.
What do you want?
Hey, you big dumb idiot.
Oh, she's
drunk.
drunk. She wants booty.
Look at the name.
Hi, Jules.
Oh, you sound tired.
Oh.
I am.
Are you having a nice time?
This is a dream?
Sure. And you? Everything good there? Jules?
Cleta still isn't getting it.
What? Oh, sorry, Henry. Yeah, I'm good.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's good.
He thinks he's talking to his wife.
I'll let you
Yeah.
get back to sleep then.
I mean, I got it when I saw the
Okay,
name.
Jules.
Okay. Just as
I didn't.
Delilah seems nice.
Never
Took
mind.
me a second.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So what the hell is this game about?
I don't know. Did we just jump like?
Yeah,
Couple weeks?
like a
Okay.
month.
Okay.
Yeah. Time starts moving pretty quickly.
Is it too much of a pain in the ass to bring supplies all the way up to our towers?
Well, I get my stuff hand-delivered.
Oh, how's that work?
It's the perks of a decade of service. You're out hiking in 90-degree heat, and I get to do crosswords. Isn't life miserably unfair? Anyway, when you find the supply drop, remember it's not just for you, okay? Other lookouts, biologists, a few people get their food there, and I don't want to have to call in for more. There should be loads of good stuff, though. Beans, prunes, jerky. You know, my sister eats 6 prunes a day. 6. She's, like, really precise about it. She'd be great at this job if she didn't need wheelbarrows full of marijuana to function.
You remember in your last LP, I was talking about prunes.
Yes, that's right. We were talking about prunes.
2
Yeah,
weeks
your
ago,
prune farm?
you called me in the middle
Yep.
of the night.
How's that going?
Are you guys still in for that?
All I heard was Jules through the mumbles.
I don't know. We never got a business
It
plan.
was so sweet. I wanted to
Make
look you up,
prunes
but I thought
cool.
Yeah, but I mean, like
next conversation
how much money? How much money are we
just
talking?
spoiling it.
What's
Oh,
the
just,
expected
okay.
return on investment?
You know, when it comes
How
to
much are prune seeds?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Let's say 400% return on
Yes, you
investment.
should.
Oh yeah, that I'm in
I
for.
just ran away from my
I
problems.
think
If
it's more like the 100 emoji.
Perfect.
So, a couple of months before I took this job, I was with this guy, Javier. Ugh, he's incredible, caring, sexy as hell. He was a driller down in Casper. We dated for almost 5 years.
We got
I
some
was working
serious
with Delilah at the
conversation
outdoor
going on
leadership
here.
school,
Yeah,
and
come on, Henry. She just said she was a driller down.
I wanted to be an instructor
You
What?
didn't make a
badly.
joke. You said Javier was
Sure, I
a
was gonna
driller
leave
down
Javier
in
as soon as I
whatever,
Yeah.
got
and you
bothered.
didn't make any
Waltz
name
was
though.
also a good excuse to
Yeah.
get out of town, drink whiskey in the mountains, cut loose. Then, Javier's brother got killed working in Gillette, and for some reason, I didn't come home. Javier said it was fine. He'd go to the funeral, take care of his mom, stuff like that. It'd be easier solo. When he came back, he left me. I came out here. I lied and told my sister he fucked our neighbor.
Huh.
So,
Yeah.
I lied to you. I came out here with a broken heart just like you. I figured you've told me so much about you, so, there's something about me. We both fucked up.
I think you fucked up a little worse, Delilah.
Yeah, Delilah, Jesus.
I don't know.
It's almost the same situation.
Like, a 5-year relationship going bad and her lying about how it ended is one thing, but, like, I feel like maybe ditching your sick wife is a little worse.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Anyway, before we pick up our supplies, there's something we can do up here. There's never...
Hey, I'm
actually, I
out of
shouldn't
the
say
ravine.
that.
What's this thing that's
But there's largely no reason to ever come
That
up here.
is how you get to my sector.
No kidding. Well, let me hike over.
Well, it's locked up and mainly for emergencies. I've never actually used it. Rangers use it from time to time, but that's it.
Help! Oh God, it's an emergency!
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got eyes on a tornado. I gotta get out of here.
A tornado in the heart of the Rockies?
Yes.
Holy moly, I need to call this in. Tom, Two Forks sees a
Alright,
tornado.
so,
He says
yeah.
it's an evac into my
This is
sector.
how we'd go
It's
over
a
and see Delilah.
meteorological impossibility. There haven't been tornadoes in the greater Yellowstone region in 100 million years. You're gonna need him to stay and take a detailed personal account, even if it means giving his life. Okay, I'll tell him. Sorry, Hank. No dice.
Man.
He's just trying to get laid.
I'm gonna get his dick
Yeah.
wet.
That conversation's kind of interesting. She's mentioned a couple times so far about how she doesn't really care about the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one time where he's like, oh yeah, we should hang out. And she says, oh no, we're not allowed to.
Oh, is she a man?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Has he been catfished?
I don't believe so. Just,
Found the
I can see
supplies.
the Maury headline now. Catfished by my boss.
Enjoy.
it's just kind of an interesting thing that happens. I don't know whether you should draw any conclusions from it or not. Maybe, maybe there's rules she's okay with breaking and rules that she's not. But
Or
anyway,
maybe she just likes being alone.
that's very possible. All right, we can steal these other parcels of food if we wanted. Nothing will stop us. But again, we're playing like a nice guy.
Being nice.
Is that all your food for how long? How often do you get these?
All right.
I don't know, not very often.
Time to
Every
chow
few
down.
weeks.
Just yours, right?
Who do you
Jeez,
think
I
I
eat
am?
that amount of food in like a week.
Yeah, for sure. If you do steal the food, there is an extra little scene where, like, 2 days later, she calls you up and says, hey, did you steal everyone else's food? And Henry says, well, I was hungry, and that's the end of it. And I think that's the only consequence of doing it, is just this one other scene where she's sort of disappointed in you, and that's it.
That's funny.
I would have stolen the food then.
Well, anyway, that's it. That's, Firewatch so far.
Who murdered the girls?
Well, we don't know if they're murdered.
Well, I do.
Oh, okay. Well, then we don't know. And what's up with the fence? What's up
Yeah.
with Delilah? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll find out at some point in the future. Thanks everyone for watching. See you later.